Today is the last lecture, micro lecture of this series given by Valerio Moravito to prepare his workshop in UOU. So please, Valerio.
Okay, I will try to be very short, but today I would like to present a garden we built in China just a few months ago. It was for an important expo in Yanzhou. So I designed this garden in collaboration with my studio, APS. And the garden won an important award during the expo. And I would like to present this project because I think it is related with this idea to combine nature and artificial. And I don't think I have beautiful photos of the garden. So because of the pandemic, the garden was closed for many days. So there was a very strange situation. But at the end, we won the second award, the silver award about the garden, and I am proud of it. But it is for the International Horticultural Exposition 2021 in Yanzhou. It is about green city, healthy life. I will not explain very well the project because we have just only 10 minutes, so I go fast with the pictures. So this is the entire master plan of the expo. They will build a new city all around here and here, and this is part of this real estate investment. And you see the landscape is a typical wet Chinese landscape. And I think we did the garden around this part, if I don't do a big mistake. So the entire zone was divided in parcels, in plots, and we decided to work on this shape, B10. The name of this place was B10. So the garden is around 20 meters squares, so it is not big. And what we wanted to do was to create kind of mazes, labyrinths. We want to combine the Italian garden traditions and the Chinese traditions. We tried to do something like this. So I can spend hours talking about these relations, but trust me, I tried to do this. And so to create this division, so we decided to divide the garden in 4 small gardens because we had to represent 10 Italian cities. Because this garden, we designed this garden for the Nuovo Circondario Imolese, that is an association of 10 cities near Bologna. So what we did, we started with walls. These are walls. Then we did the platforms for the gardens, the 4 gardens. And then we added the 10 small sculptures, landscape sculptures or urban sculptures into this platform. So the garden is divided in 4 small gardens, and then they are divided in 10 smaller gardens. Some landforms, and this is the entire master plan. So this is the final master plan of the garden. So we submit the drawings and they build after we submitted the drawings. And you can see here the city sculptures. So we enter from here and we walk along this part. We will see this and these pavilions. Then we walk around this. We will see these sculptures. Then we walk around here. These are two pavilions, the bigger one and the smaller one. Then we walk through this way and we will see this other part here and then like this. I don't like photos. I don't like the photos I have because I think this is a garden that you have to walk through, but I try to organize the presentation in the way we can walk through this garden. So this is an important part of the gardens, the walls. And we decided to call these walls ecological walls because we combine an artificial element, this one, with the bamboo lines. So this walls is made by corten steel, and a line of bamboo. And this is the zoom of the sketch I did. So you can see the two heads of the walls with the bamboo in the middle, the shape of the pavilions. So we want this. I like the photos they send about our award. And this is the built garden. So you see, we have many different gardens built by many different cities, designers, and so on. So we enter from here, and then we walk through this. Then we have the pavilions. Then we walk through this. We have this two sculptures here, and then we walk. We enter into this space, and then we get out. So this is the zoom from above. So sorry for the quality of the picture. And we start working. So this is the entrance. You see the walls made by steel and bamboo. And we are going into the garden. So you see in some places we are like into a maze. And when we walk along the corridors, the bamboo is a real barrier. But then when we approach to the bamboo, we have a kind of transparency through the bamboo. And these are some views. So imagine walking into this maze, and then from this labyrinth, we can go outside, and this is the part in which we see the main pavilions and the urban sculptures. So you see in this point, the sculptures and the pavilions together. The sculptures are just pieces of the urban settlements of these small 10 cities from Bologna. And we realized this bench where people can sit and stay and enjoy the garden if they enjoy the garden. So we walk around, we have the steel walls with the name of the cities and the sculptures related to the cities. And you can see again a small landform here, the walls with the bamboo and the sculpture. So we walk through. We are next to the main pavilions with these sculptures combined with walls, and you see the quality of the sculpture made by Chinese. And so we walk through again those walls, and then we reach the main pavilion. We have a long bench on this side of the pavilion, integrated with the pavilion itself. Then from this view, we can see the main and the smaller pavilion. The pavilions immerse into the vegetation. That is nice because in some views we can see that the garden is surrounded by vegetation, but when we change our perspectives, this vegetation is completely different. The perception of the vegetation is completely different. And so we can see again the walls, the pavilions, the small pavilions with the main pavilions. And this is the inside of the smaller pavilion. We are on the rear of the main pavilions. You see the structure going outside of the bamboo. And we can see this better. So we have this structure of the main pavilions going outside from those bamboo walls, the small pavilion. And here we have another sculpture. The walls. Again, the sculptures and the pavilion together with walls. And then we go through the garden and we can discover the other sculptures. And this is the end of the presentation, in which we can see the pavilions through this kind of typical Chinese ornament we added in one of these walls. Okay, done. Yes, done.
Can I ask, the pavilion is from steel or from wood?
Steel.
Okay.
Javier?
Perhaps, Valerie, you should explain the properties of the curtain steel.
Sorry, can you repeat
that when Vit asked about the material, if it was wood or metal, is to speak more about the curtain steel, to explain the qualities.
You know, I did this design. I say I would like to have these two parts in steel, and they decide everything. I think it is curtain, I think, but I am not sure. Maybe it is just steel. It is rust right now, but to be honest, I really don't know, because it was impossible, because it was in the pandemic period, and it was impossible to follow anything. We received some pictures from the construction period. But I think they realized everything in a good way. We put more ornaments into these walls. They decided not to do, probably because of the cost. So we have just small cutted walls, steel walls.
Valerio, I want to know something about these small towns. No, are from Bologna? The small village, and what's the relation between them, or about this idea of going through them?
Okay, that's the Yangzhou Expo invited. There was Barcelona too. There was the city of Barcelona. I don't think they did a very good job for the garden. It was a big snake made by concrete, but I don't see the final result. But anyway, they see this: Rome, Bologna, Barcelona, and other cities, I think Paris and so on. And Bologna decided to answer with this Nuovo Circondario Imolese. It is an association of 10 small cities. So what we had to do was to represent these 10 small cities into this garden. And we decided to do this, making these sculptures of their urban shapes. So we selected the courts, center of the city, the historical center of these small cities, and we translated them in a kind of sculpture. The nice comment we received from the Yanzhou Expo was that our garden was a garden itself and not a space to sell something. I don't know if it is a good point of view, but in my opinion, it was a good point of view because we really wanted to create this connection. In fact, the name of the garden is the Garden of Cultural Heritage. We wanted to combine the Italian traditional Renaissance gardens with the traditional Chinese gardens. I know Chinese gardens very well because I visited many of the Chinese traditional gardens in China. So I am not talking about this because that was just an idea, but I talk about this because I have a strong experience of the Italian Renaissance gardens, obviously, and I have a strong knowledge about the Chinese traditional gardens.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Valerio, again. And we are looking forward to having you in Alicante. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.